Hello guys, this video will be primarily going over some of the features you can use. I know we're getting a lot of questions about how to set up prepare fees, prep fees. If you're not familiar with that, guys, I recommend not doing it. It may get you confused. If you're familiar with it and you want to take that chance, by all means, you can do it. I'll show you guys how to do it. But for the most part, if you charge a certain amount for each return, just type that in, okay, guys? That's really all you have to do is just type it in. You don't have to set it for certain forms and all that. It gets a little complicated unless you're familiar with doing it already. So, for those who are brand new, I wouldn't recommend it because it can get a little dicey. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of different things. I've sent out videos about how to complete a tax return, so we've done that already. So this will kind of be just some of the features outside of a tax return. Remember, if you are a partner and you're a non-EFIN holder, you will not have certain options that a EFIN holder would have. So if you don't see it, then you don't need it anyway. Okay, so just understand that as a non-EFIN holder, everything you need to run your tax business, you will have access to. I promise you. All right, so that's the start return. We're not going to do that. If you want to import an app user, you guys can kind of go into. I just let you see what that looks like. This will really be your client if they go and download the app from the app store, which I don't recommend. I recommend them using the link that we send you, and you send that link to them. But if they for some reason do that, they would have to provide you with their email address that they use and a 6-digit code that was computed for them. You should be able to import that person that way. It's pretty easy, pretty simple. It's nothing complicated. The code pops up when they finish doing what they need to do within the app. The client search bar is a real cool way to search all the clients you have done. You can search them by status. You can search them by tags. You can search them by their name. So in here, let's go down here. You can start typing in, like you see Williams. If you type in anyone named Williams, the prepared name Williams will come up, or the client name. Let's do refund. I type in refund. Anyone with the name refund will start to pop up. Okay. Um, Whatever. I put in the name demo. Anyone with the name demo will start to pop up. You can also search them by their phone number, 901-61. Everyone with a 901 area code will start popping up. You can find it, and as you're typing in that number, that's what you see here, okay? 612-3333 is a demo, okay? So you can find people by their phone number, by their social, as you see there. So you can find them by their name, their social, their phone number, their status. If you go up here again, if they have a status that's approved, no one should pop up for that right now. But in progress, anyone that has a status in progress will pop up. Anyone who's tagged, let's see, completed. No one's tagged completed. See if anyone's tagged for, well, I had to put any status there and then put completed here. So anyone who's has a completed tag will come up. So that's just another way. Also, the start date. If you want to go at when you started, a date was started. So anyone who was put in the system from October 1st to today will come up. So just one person. That's just the created date, the date it was created. So just different things that let's put the 26 here. Let's see how many come up as well. Oh, I had the 212, so I had to take that off there. See, that 212 was showing is all filtered. So everyone who was created was, but if I put 212 there, it's everyone who's created with the 212 social phone number, whatever the case may be. Okay, that's what you see there. Now that I'm taking that 212 off, everyone that's created within this time span has popped up. Let's take the any tag off as well. I mean the completed tag. Everyone's popped up. So there you can see it's 1 of 10, only 10 per page of 14. So you want to go to the second page, you hit 2 or you hit next. See that, guys? All right. Now you can change this and have as many as 100 on one page. Okay, see that? You have as many as 100 on one page. So it's good for those who are going to do high volume. Okay, I just go out of that. That's the client search. Pretty easy, pretty simple. If you have your clients put in review, this will be where all your in review returns would be. I don't have any in there right now, so there's nothing there. Again, all your rejected clients will be here. When your clients start to use the app, and they use the link, you will have the mobile app section here. It's not going to pop up unless someone actually uses the app. Okay, they have to complete it in its entirety, and that's when it'll pop up there. And you can go in there and start seeing which clients are completing it for the app. Configurations. Again, in the configurations team, if you are a partner, non-Ethan holder, some of these you will not have access to. Which I give you access to everything you do need, but some of these you will not have access to. So just bear with us with that. If you're ERO, you have access to all this. Of course, the ERO setup, a partner does not need access to that, but ERO, you can go in there and set up everything. Your custom fees and discounts here, you can go in here and you can create discounts. So let's just say you charge everyone $500, but you want to create a $50 discount. Again, this is just being a little extra. You do not have to do this. You could just take $50 off of the prep fee. You can just not charge them 500. But I understand someone wanting to do this if they have a lot of workers under there or something to that degree. But if you're a single office, I see no need to do this now. But this is how you do it. It's pretty easy. It's simple. Add custom fee here. Uh, Create a $50 discount here. You can call it what you want to call it. I'm just going to just name it anything. You charge by default, allowed to be removed when charged, can edit on return. You choose this right here. You hit continue, or you don't have to choose anything. Again, guys, before I started doing it, if I were you, before I started doing things, I would test it out. I would test it out. I would go into a return, have a practice, a dummy return, and test it out. Otherwise, you're going to be lost or confused. So if you don't want to get confused, just don't set this up. So this is just another way to add a custom discount here. So I'm going to hit return. Consent forms. You go in here, you can add the forms. It's something you have to add and create yourself. Again, if you don't want to go through all that, do not. Don't make it more complicated than it has to be. Custom credit forms. Again, you can go in here and just look at this stuff yourself. That's all I'm doing, just showing you guys that you have to create that yourself. I already did that. The ERO setup, I won't go into that. That's for EROs. Fee setup, hit select. This is where, remember guys, in order to set up your fees, if you want to do custom fee setups, you can go into configurations and go to fee setup here. Again, this is not needed, okay? But for those who want to mess with it, you can hit select here, and you can do a minimum prepare fee, which means if you put 450 here, everybody that you do is going to be charged 450. And if you add this to your preparers that's under you, they will not be able to change it unless you give them the password to change it. Okay, so understand that. So now that's where that discount will come in at, because they will not be able to change this. But say they want to give someone a discount, you can create that $50 discount that they can apply, and now it can change from 450 to 400. Okay, so that's where that would come in at. Otherwise, again, if you don't mess with this, guys, unless you're gonna charge everyone 450, because you will not be able to change it if you don't have access to it. All right, so that's how you do a minimum prepare fee. Here are all the forms. If you want to add a certain fee for Schedule C, type in Schedule C here and go to Federal Forms. Find the Schedule C. I put $100 there already, just messing around. You can go through this and see all the different forms you have. There are a ton. If you want to add a certain fee for the 1040, you can do that. If you want to add a certain fee for the A863, which is the educational credit, you can do that. If you want to add it for a certain state, depending on what state you're in, let's just say you're in Alabama. See here. Oh, let me do state. Oh, choose a state here. I'm just gonna do Connecticut since it's here. There's no state forms for Connecticut. Let's go to Georgia. And so you can go in here and add that as you like. Again, I wouldn't get too crazy with this, guys. It's just not needed where you can just type in the fee per client. So you may get confused, you may forget, and say, hey, why is this coming up? And you forgot that you've done it. You can also set the range of the fees here. Fee to charge. You can set a range. You can increase or decrease in a range. So you can do all those different things with the fees. Right? So you can practice with that if you want to set that up, but it's not needed. Office IP whitelist. I think this, if I'm not mistaken, this is a way that if whatever IP address you put in here, that's the only IP address you'll be able to log in from. Again, I only recommend this if you're a person who are familiar with this. Okay, otherwise, do not. I get clients every year trying to mess with this. They mess around and go out of town, try to log in, they can't. Okay, you have to be at that IP address that you put in here. All right, so that's there. It's a good security measure if you know how you know what you're doing. Office setup, that's something for EROs. I won't just go into that. EROs, you can go in and mess around in there and see how that works. Prepare setup. Um, the EROs can do this as well. The EFIN holders have to give us a call. We set up your preparers, but it's pretty easy to set preparers up here. You don't need their social, but you put in their name, um, their PT in here, and you can choose what you want them to be able to do. Create their password and login and all that, and their username and active, and you can choose what security templates you want to give them as well. It's all here. What you want to restrict them from. So if you are an EFIN holder, you will be able to just go in there and do that and do as you will, as whatever you want to do. Partners, you would have to give us a call. We'll set up your preparers for you. Or not give us a call. You can actually send us an email. We send everyone the email instructions to add a preparer. Here are the different print sets. You can choose, go to add here, how you want your documents to be printed out. We like to use the signature documents. It's a lot of documents that can be sent out. You can choose how you want that to be. You can have the bank application doc printed out. Federal cover page, client 1040. You can choose how many that gets printed out each time. You can do all that here. So it's a lot of print sets. Again, you can go in here and mess around with this as you like. Get an idea, play around with it. But don't get too fancy so you don't mess anything up. For a lot of our partners, we already have some pretty good print sets for you that's applicable for you. So shouldn't have to really get too crazy with it. Question templates. This is something that we've added to our partners as extra verification as an ERO. You can add this as well. You can hit add a question. You can create a question here. You can make it required that they answer it, and then you can add the answers that you want them to answer. Like we had yes or no. You can add that here and hit save. So I'm gonna go back out, but you see how we added, did you verify client information? It's required to say yes or no to finish that return. It'll be required. You can make it required. Okay, so I'm gonna go back out of there. Report customization. You can be able to go in here and customize the different reports you want at the same time. I'm just gonna hit the arrow down. You see, you can't see it, but I just hit my arrow down, and it gives me all these different reports. Again, you have access to all these reports already, but you can customize them to where you don't see reports you don't want. So you have all the reports on the front screen that I already showed you, but you can say, hey, I only want to see reports for fees charged, or I only want to see reports for, let's see, acknowledgments and rejected returns, and those will only be the reports that you see when you go on the front of the page where it says reports. I'm not going to hit save there because I have all the reports. Okay, that's the question templates. You got security templates, EROs. That's for you. You guys can go in there and see all the different security templates if you want to keep your team from seeing certain things or give them certain rights. You guys can go in there and mess around and play with that and see what works for you. For the tags, this is where you create tags. We have tags that's already created. This just comes with the software, and you can go in here and create different tags as you please. Okay. So it's just pretty easy. Just hit the word add, and you get to typing in the different tags you want to. You create these tags, whatever tag you want it to say. So let's say you sell life insurance, and you want to tag certain people as life insurance once you do their taxes or something like that. And now you can just hit save. And so now there'll be a tag that you can apply to someone as you will, as you want to. So it's pretty simple, guys. Pretty easy. Here's the tax profile. You select. Here I have a W-2 Schedule C education, W-2 Schedule C. All this is, team, is that You have a client. All your clients are college students. So you have the AA63 forms. Go to add profile here, and you can call this, college credit. Whatever you want to call it. And then say you can put a description there if you want to, the tax year, and then you say, hey, this is everyone who's going to use the AA63, which is the educational credit. Hit save. And now, when you get ready to do a person who's a college student, you just choose this when you get ready to start their return. And that college credit 8863 form just automatically be in there. You won't have to add it. That's all it is. It's saving you a little time. Okay. So, yeah, also show down here all your different forms that you already create. These are what we created, so you can create your own. All right, it's pretty simple, guys. See, the software is really simple, really easy. If you guys would just take the time out and just kind of go through the software, a lot of questions that you have will probably be answered that way as well. Um, Again, these are the transmissions. I say there aren't any right now. One last thing is you can change the tax year up here. So we're in 2018, so you have access to 2017, 16, and 15. You go here. If you want to do a client that comes in, you want to do a 2017 tax return, you simply go to 2017 right here and start a return. This will be a 2017 tax return that will be started. So it's pretty simple. And you're basically done. If you want to go all the way back to 2015, you can do that and start a 2015 tax return. Pretty simple there. I'm going to go back to 2018. For those who are looking to do amended returns, let's go here. I'm just going to go into a client, go to client search, go to any clients, doesn't matter. Go to this test here. And when you're in here, if you've done a client already, you want to do amended return, there you go, 2018 amended return. And you can start your amended return. How to amend return to keep again on how to do so if you're not familiar with that, and kind of go through that as well. So that's how you can start and amend client's tax return. So guys, thanks to you. I hope this video was helpful for you. Just over some of the features and some of the reports you guys can run. Thank you.